What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Beetle OG, coming on at you with the final video of ScarWorld Season 5, and this is Morgue City. Over the year and a half time I've spent on this server, I've successfully collected almost all these blocks by myself, and even made some mega builds, as you can see behind me. And yes, I did most of this without using creative. But before I show you all the fancy city builds, first I need to show you where I'm getting all these blocks from, that being my industrial district, which I am at right now, as you can see. And this is, right here, my chicken farm, which also serves as a KFC, as you can see. And arguably the most important farm I have on this server is these guys right here, the rightful producers of more than half of the blocks that were involved in the creation of Morgue City. And to keep the rest of the farms nice and orderly, I'm just going to do a top view. So right there, we have the concrete farm, very important farm, most used of this whole season, arguably. Then right here, we have the bone meal farm, second most used of the whole season, because this field, these two farms are here, the nether tree farm and the general tree farm for oak, spruce, jungle, and acacia. Yes, I said acacia on an auto farm. And then we have the mangrove farm, cherry farm, and another tree farm way over there. I don't know what that one's for. And then right here, we have nether plants being made. And last but not least, can I get an RIP for stacking raid farms? You will be missed. But enough of that boring tech stuff. I know why you guys clicked on this video, and that is to see me show off my amazing city. And what better place to start than the guy right behind me? This being an absolutely mega-sized statue, a rendition of Michelangelo's David. Now, some of my eagle-eyed viewers might be saying, I don't remember the Michelangelo's David having a Markiplier mustache and a Chica cupcake on him. That's because these are all things I didn't add, but we have a lot of pranksters on the server, you see, including me. But they did the unthinkable. They touched David. All these people, Blivery especially, he's right under me, which he added this lovely thing, the nice dog purse. Probably my favorite thing on all of David, actually. I love that thing. But he also has some classy overalls, some pool decorations. He's drinking a big old glass of milk. You're taking after Markiplier with that one. And he's got some stylish boots on him down there. Ignore that stuff, that's all me. The little ugly blotches right there, I mean. But yeah, David is probably the most impressive thing I've ever built in my life. I built him in creative first over the span of a couple of months. Oh, he also has a cattail. I need to mention that. And also that Kim K right there. Junk in the trunk. But yeah, he took me a couple months to build. In real life months, mind you. And it's probably the most impressive thing I've ever made in my life. I took a lot of time to hand chisel out almost every feature that you see on this. Some areas I kind of messed up on, like his big ham shank of a hand. He has a big fat wrist for some reason. But hey, I did my best, okay? And that's all that matters. And after I built David, what I decided to do next was start on the skyscrapers of the city. This one being the first, that one being the second, third being this gray one right here, and the fourth one being that one just over there. Now let me explain what all four of these actually are. Starting with the first building I made, we have this one right here, Die Rise. And when I say first building I made, this is literally the first building I made in Morgue City. The main purpose of this building was to be my CEO office. You know, the place where I can overlook the city like Batman and see all the beautiful sights and such. And here's my freaking amazing CEO office chair. It's got my head right there, so you know I'm the mayor. And we're gonna ignore that part. Yeah, I was fired from being mayor of my own city, believe it or not. As you can see by that book that is so carefully placed right here. The complaint book that ended Beetle OG's role of CEO/mayor. I know, how evil. One thing I need to mention with this build is, as you can see, you know, this is the top floor. Nice and decorated. Right here, this was going to be my home originally, but yeah, I never once slept in this entire room. Down here, oh, good memories in here. Freaking epic rap battle was hosted in here. But if we just go down here, yeah, as you can see, The other 27 floors has nothing on it. Can you blame me? I can't fill out 27 floors of a tower in survival. Ain't happening. Ain't happening, guys. But something that was gonna happen was I was gonna build another tower. And this time, it was actually smaller, not bigger. But that's not the point. Because this one is actually filled out with more interiors, as you can see. This is Scar Apartments. I know, how clever am I? This is basically a building competition I did on my server, where all the server members, these lovely people here, could choose to build an apartment complex inside my city. So, a home away from home, if you could see. We have nice map arts there. But, okay. As you can see, though, a lot of these are interiorized, not by me, but by the other players on the server. So it's like free labor. I know, how clever of me. All of these were really good. I got at least half of these apartment complexes to be filled out, which is better than what I would have done, is all I could say. So I'm quite proud of this one. But I know what you're thinking. Beetle, let's see your apartment room, shall we? Right here is technically my main house / spawn point. And before you go saying, Beetle, you don't have a roof over your head, just pipe down for a second. It's got all the necessities you need. It has a jelly cat. It has the bathtub. You know, you can't really... doesn't go up that high, but yeah, it's fine. It has a mini Beetle, keeping a watchful eye out for intruders. Got the bed, and all the necessities over here. And most importantly, my Hall of Memories, which is basically a bunch of memories that a lot of these you guys didn't get to see on camera, but it's stuff that I remember. And it's a good room to like recollect on my time across the server this year. So I like this room. And best of all about this, you know, home set is I can just jump off it and fly anywhere I want to on all of Morg City, which I think will go here next. Right here being, honestly, the most unneeded tower of all of these. But hey, it just looks nice. And sometimes you just need a building that looks nice. It has a mushroom infestation, clearly. This is the Lottie Tower. Lottie being a player, and me being as lazy as I am, I gifted her this tower for Christmas as a present. You know, air quotes with that. And I had her decorate her very own tower. A nice suite. So she gave us, or gave me better yet, this nice little tower. She even has on the top a cool little airship. It's one of the few things where I didn't really decorate it in this city. But hey, it looks nice. And right here, this is my superhero headquarters. For a superhero event I held way early on, about a year ago, on the server. And right here, here's all the superheroes. I cannot for the life of me remember any of their names. But hey, here they are. And here is a very old version of what Morg City used to look like during the time of me making this build. Here we even have the helicopter pad before Lottie even decorated it. I know, how sweet is that? But most importantly, and the best thing about this entire build, is all the way down here. You go through the test tubes. You shoot her right here, but then you go down one more, and you see Mecha Beetle. How cool is that? I love this mech suit. I just built it for no reason. It does function, as in it can't shoot TNT. Can't really walk, though. Yeah, I'm not that talented. But that's one of the most, like, strange random things I built that is like of the season, I could say. Now that we're done with all the towers, I think it's about time you guys see all the functional buildings that I have spewed across Morg City, starting with the hospital. The hospital being possibly my favorite of these smaller builds, and like I always have to include, yes, it is violating the Geneva Conventions, and I am not, well, not, did I say not? I am proud of that. It's the key thing that separates Morg City from the rest. As for an actual interior, though, you'll see with some of these bigger builds, I'm not good at doing interiors on the bigger builds. I will admit that. And this is a pretty good example of it. It looks pretty barren in here. Kind of a hospital you'd see in a zombie apocalypse, maybe. Yeah, here's the doctor's wings. We have one up. That's Dr. Cow. He's the only doctor we have. And we have one hospital bed. And the rest of these are empty. And hollow, it turns out. Hey, Spider. Yeah, I'm really good at lighting this place up. But, yeah. You'll see on these bigger builds, I don't really do interiors because, one, it's a waste of time. And two, I like going quantity over quality on these big builds. And you'll see that with the next one being the fire station. This is a really just basic fire station. Did what I could think of. And, well, I think it looks great. From the exterior, that is. Let's take a look at the interior now, though, shall we? Here's the opening room, and oh my god. You know, better than the hospital. Hey, Diamond Horse. Better than the hospital. But at the same time, it's worse because, I don't know, this looks a little bit barren. Okay, no, this room. I like this room. It's got the nice little fire truck. Got this, really stiff man. And over here, we got the, little fire truck extender thing. I don't know what this is called. It has the ladder on it, though. And then across the street, we have the police station. Yeah, I've been in there a few times. Not pretty. Not pretty. But if we just fly on over to the police station, as you can see, got the cop cars out here. And in here, we got the jail cells. Spent many a night in here. Hi. We have the evil smiley man. And worst of all, wanted Beetle OG. Preposterous. How could you want it in your own city? I'm the only resident here. Who wants me? Besides me. Besides everyone. Yes, everyone wants the Beetle. Now, some of you might be thinking, Beetle, who threw you in jail exactly? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the answer to that question is the person who inhabits this building right in front of us. That being. This being of pure negative energy died by fire. I know. She always had a plan to dethrone the king of Morg City. The king is me. But, she right here, she's asking the clear questions. Will I ever be as good a mayor as Mayor Beetle? And this guy, this is not a strawman. This is like the most right man ever. He goes, ha 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 ha. Nah, like, come on. There's no better argument than that. Trust me, man. Now moving off from the dark note of the, last little segment. Here we have probably one of my most grand undertakings of this entire season, the airport and train station. Now, what makes this place very special is the fact that, airport side of things, not much of a terminal here. We do have a landing strip, no plane though, and an empty parking lot. But, ignoring all that, the train station comes in clutch. That's because, if you just come in here, you could see a few things. First off, you see a map of Morg City, actually marked too, because right there we have Dire Eyes. And then right there we have the police station, the hospital, and the mayor's office. A little bit cut off at the top, but that doesn't matter. And then right here, we got the train. Now this one doesn't work. Where's our beautiful conductor? Cosmic. Now this train doesn't work. But down here, the subway. This is my own take on a functioning subway. Now it is just mine carts, but it will take you to one of these 4 stations that you see right here. So let's go to Dire Eyes, shall we? This case, I'm just gonna fly instead of minecart. But as you can see, you travel this railway. I cut to save time there, but then as you can see, after traveling the railway for just a bit, you'll end up at the yellow station in this case, this being by Dire Eyes. The other stations being one right there, and one out by the hospital that's out of range, and one by the mayor office, which is also out of range. So there's 4 of these in total, and as you can see, it goes up to here, pop the minecart in this, and then you go off on your merry way to do whatever you want to do inside the city. And since we're over here, shall I explain this area next? Haha, psych. Nope, we're saving that place for last. Oop, upskirt action there. Because first off, I'm going to show off some of my amazing armor stand works that I've done all across Morg City. If you've tuned to my live streams, you see me do armor stands. These really add life. You know, right here we have an excited child for ice cream. Over here we have a homeless man. Got some crate wielders. And then right here, my favorite, lore accurate Beetle. Getting all the ladies, like always, like in real life, you know. And then, this everywhere. Adds life. It does a great job. We have stuff like this, where it's, you know, a llama, aka a cursed object. There's another cursed object behind me, dead horse. There's a lot of these guys hanging around the city too. But these armor stands, they have served to add a lot of life to Morg City, and I think they accomplished that with flying colors. Over 2,000 armor stands were used in the making of Morg City, and a lot of them were used on things like this. This being a player head of a player that plays on the actual server. 2 in this case. This is a beautiful candy store that I made for these 2 players, because that's what they asked for. Because something I did in this city is I made stores for almost half the players on the server, all these lovely people. And to make it even better, I let them choose what they wanted to sell. So we have stores like the candy store that you saw, nether-themed cafes, modern art studios, disturbing milk stores, milk sucks, tapestry stores, and the most beautiful store of them all, Arby's. But all jokes aside, almost every single one of these smaller buildings that you see before you, including the ones over there, are all filled with either hermits or players on the server. So I've done over 40 of the players on the server, and you'll see in a moment with the hermits. I did almost all the hermits. I say that because I wish I could have done them all, but some of them I just have no idea what to do for. And I ran out of time, so that's the main reason. But let's go over there now, shall we? But first, once again, I need to interrupt that because there's a few extra buildings that I need to kind of mention. Well, buildings and snake creatures, as you can see behind me. Starting with the snake creature. This is meant to be my super villain arc that I did. Now all of these guys over here, well, that's a super villain. That's a super villain right there. That's a villain. That's a villain. That's definitely a villain. And that's a villain. And then right there, we have a hero, and 3 more heroes right there. So 5 and 5, if I did my math right. This is Stormhawk, I think his name was. I forgot these names, but basically it's a Hawkeye ripoff. This is the worst armor standing I've done. They wanted a redstone scythe, and this looks like a cheerleader thing. It's supposed to be a scythe, though, trust me. Looks more like a New Year's decoration you'd see on like China. This one, though, is the Potato Doc Ock edition. And then over here, we have the turtle shell wielding warrior. Say that 10 times faster. Deflecting all these evil potatoes. And then over here, we have like the healing mage, blowing her magical healing powers all over the 2 fierce warriors in front of her. And then what's going over here is, here's the novice spellcaster, summoning the mini storm cloud compared to the big storm cloud up there. And then over here, these are my favorites. This guy is an art mage, making almost a circle. I messed up right there because I picked up a block like this. Ooh, yeah, like that. Get rid of that now, though. So now I ruined it more, but I had to show that off, though. Anyways, we have a sword painted above this wicked old witch. That's the mayor, by the way. And then, as you can see over here, it's being summoned to fall on her. He's scary, I know. But then right here, this was probably the hardest one I had to make. This is, I forgot the name of it. This is Kraken Slayer, I think that's his name. He's being held on his tidal wave with his Kraken companion right there. And then he has a trident, as you can see. And he's gonna, absolutely obliterate this poor piglin. He's dual wielding though, so he's a cool guy. Come on, he's gotta do some damage. And then in the general area, as you can see, just general destruction. Got some car fires here and there on either side. And then the next thing I want to show off is this build right here that I'm right in front of, actually. Now, it's supposed to be a Mexican restaurant, but instead it kind of turned into Beto's Hall of Garbage, aka my second storage system, because I don't like running back and forth to the main one, which is right here inside David's pedestal. This is the main one right here. I like leaving chest monsters all around the city, as you probably saw by now. But you know, you still have a place to throw all the chest monsters in. That being this building right here. And now for the final build that I need to show off. I'm sorry I keep saying it. There's two builds to show off. First one being the Bank of Betel. This was a very fun episode to make. This is probably one of my favorite episodes I made all season. Please check it out. Little black banner thing in the timestamp up there. Don't know what they're called. Timestamp frame banner thing. Click it. It's my favorite video. But my favorite thing about this thing is it has all the absurdly named diamonds right here. I thought I'd frame them and put them in the actual bank vault, which is in here, or the little tellers thing. But this is the first thing that I wanted to show. The second thing being the Morgue City Courthouse. Now, this thing was built because I had a court case, in case you all couldn't tell. Server-wide court case. Somehow, now hear me out, somehow they found me guilty. Couldn't tell you why, but it was all held in here. Ignore the hole in the roof. That was from some mason around. But right here, as you can see, here's my briefcase. I'm not the lawyer, but there's the little sneaky note there. But I was found guilty. There's chickens up there. I was found guilty somehow, which is the most ridiculous thing ever. And my court punishment was this thing right here. I know, the royal dunce cap. Worst part is, I could not even fit through ceilings, through doorways. I have to do this. Break your neck. You have to break him. A man has to break his own neck just to get through the metal detector, or like be like a unicorn, I guess. Look, this thing's like 3 blocks long. This is ridiculous. This is why I had to wear it for 2 weeks. I could barely get out of the courthouse. I mean, come on, man. Now for the last big project I did this season, to cap it all off, it has been this project right here, the Hermitcraft District. It has all your favorite hermits, such as Spaceman Cubfan, Vintage Beef the Butcherer, Grian the Poultryman, there he is, Etho and whatever you'd call his fan base of worshippers, and B-Dubs in his amazing Moss Boss store. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final moments of Morgue City on video. But it is not the end here, because just because I'm abandoning this Morgue City project doesn't mean I'm not still taking it with me, because on the side on creative from now on, I will be continuing on with Morgue City at a much lower, rate, but I'll still be coming back here because I can't just abandon this project. It's my passion project, That, however, will not be for a very long while. So in the meantime, if you guys want, all the PC players that is, I will be dropping the world download in the link in the description. Feel free to check it out. There's lots of places in this video that I didn't even mention. Lots of little places, trust me, though. So, you can check all these things out. You can even look at any of the builds here. Feel free to copy and paste David into your own worlds for all I care. Because, trust me, the more the merrier. Let me see you guys enjoy this place. That's what I want to be seeing. And, last but not least, I just want to take this time to actually thank you all for giving me such a good year on YouTube. I'm counting a good year as a good full season of Minecraft year, but a good year and a half nonetheless. I went from 373 subs at the beginning of this series to now over 515 the last I checked. And I appreciate all of you that I've gotten during this season, and I hope I get many more to follow us into the next season where I will be dropping a bit of a teaser video for not right after this one, but the next video on this channel. It will be the teaser to the next season base. And let me just tell you something. Next season, it's going to be even more grand than what Morgue City ever was. More grander than David. More grander than Die Rise. More grander than the hospital. More grand than this guy right here. Yes, it's going to be all those things. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for watching. Much love from Betel OG. Signing out for the last time of Season 6. Thank you for watching.